So hi guys. I sound completely ill, but I'm gonna try my best to get through this video without any problems. Okay, so if my nose is running, guys, just bear with me. I'm not feeling very well. So today, guys, oh, by the way, before I forget, why do I keep doing this? Okay, if you're new to my channel, you're definitely welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Cassandra, but you can call me MISSKASSK. Yes, you're definitely welcome to the family. But before we go any further, let me just give you an honorable invitation to just press that subscribe button right there. That's like the official joining the family. Like when you click that button and you turn on the bell, that's it. There's no going back. You're part of the KK, okay? So guys, so today I wanted to do a video on you know, being dark-skinned, being black, and how black people made me feel worse about my skin more than white people or anybody else that isn't of the same race as me. So basically, I grew up around, like, my family, I come from a very big family. I have 10 siblings total, and I think amongst all my siblings it's kind of a 50-50 balance between lighter shades of brown and darker shades of brown. And obviously my mom is more darker than my father is, so I think I took after my mom the most. Me, my brother and my sister, and then the rest just look like my dad, and they're like a shade or two lighter than us, you know. So at home I never got a bad vibe about my skin. Like, I never felt any different. In fact, I remember most of the times when I actually moved to school, where people would be like, oh my god, you're bleak, or you're so dark skinned. I'd be like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm just like everybody else, because at home that's what the environment was. Like, there wasn't, oh, but you're lighter than me and you're darker than me. No, there was none of that. Anyway, how this thing, like, how I came to realization that you know, that I was a darker skinned girl. Not that I didn't know that I was black. I knew I was black. I knew that I was dark skinned, but I didn't know that it was perceived to be ugly. You know, it's the harsh truth. It really is. Like, it's the harsh truth that people perceive that, oh, the darker shade of brown that you are, the uglier that you are. And that's so far from the truth, but people have belittled themselves in thinking that way. So I remember I started when I started secondary school is when this whole thing really started. So I remember my secondary school to home was quite far. I used to go to a secondary school in Wellington, or at least close to Wellington, in Telford. This is for all the people that live in England, you know. If you live in England, it's in the middle, what is it, middle, do you know what, I'll write it down below if I remember. Midlands, it's in the Midlands, yeah. So Telford is in the Midlands, it's quite close to Birmingham. So I went to a secondary school called Wood. That was some years back. Oh my god, I feel like an auntie. Oh my gosh, like, I'm getting old. Man, it's getting old, okay. But anyway, I went to Wood, and I lived in Brookside, so that was kind of far from Wood. I mean Wellington, so I'd have to take the bus. Wake up really early, take the bus, and then get to the bus station, Wellington bus station, and then take an alleyway through to school. So I remember when I first started the secondary school, I knew nobody in that school, at least that's what I thought. But then when I started, I ended up meeting one of the girls that I went to primary school with. She used to live in Brookside as well, and then she moved to Wellington. Her name is Kimberly. Kimberly, if you're watching, hey girl, hey girl. Yeah, so when I moved there, she was like my immediate friend because we knew each other from school. So then the black kids, I'd say the white kids and the Asian kids were all very friendly and very nice to me. Made me feel very welcomed, should I say. Not everybody, but then there was a gang of black kids, however, that were mostly from the Caribbeans and a lot fairer skinned than I was. There was another dark skinned boy that was also from the Caribbean. We will call him, I was about to say his name, okay, but we're gonna call him BB. Yeah, we're gonna call him BB. So BB was dark skinned as well. He wore glasses. I wear glasses. I mean, I still wear glasses, in case you're wondering. I was wearing glasses at the time. You know them thin glasses? That was my favorite glasses back in them days. And that's the kind of glasses that he was wearing as well. I think it was kind of in at that particular time. So yeah, he had dark skinned, he wore glasses, and he was quite, you know, hench or big, and so was I. And we were kind of similarly, we kind of had a similar height. Or no, actually he was taller than me. What am I saying? This is in year 7, so he was definitely taller than me. I think it was in year 9 when we started in year 7. So then people started saying, oh, is that your brother? Is that your brother? And I'm like, no, that's not my brother. Like, I don't even know this kid from anywhere. And then they'll be like, oh, but you guys look the same. You know, he's dark. No, he's as bleak as you are. He was, and he's 4-eyed. So that used to just really affect me in a way, because I just always used to think about it like bleak. Like, that was the word that followed me, I'd say, during my secondary school, high school days, where everybody used to like say, everybody used to not say to me that I'm bleak, but people used to sometimes even comment on my Facebook pictures like bleak, or like laugh so that we could see you, or something like that. Like just weird stuff like that, that just used to make me feel isolated, and it made me feel like, okay, so I'm black. Wait, I'm getting racism from white people. I'm getting racism from black people. Like, it was just a terrible situation, really. And I would say that the black boys, and not just the black boys, some of the girls as well, gave me so much anxiety. Like, I remember I had PE, and everybody that knows me really knows that I'm not really, at that time, I wasn't really into like all my sciences like as I am now. I was more of a PE person. I used to love ice skating, I used to love swimming, and you know, I had a class, a PE class, and we were going to Medley to go swimming. Medley is like another school that had a swimming pool, and we used to travel there to go swimming. And in the corridor, if you guys remember, like, I don't even know why I'm saying if you guys remember, but I just have a feeling that somebody from my old school is going to watch this video, so it's like I'm talking to them, but I'm talking to you guys too. But the corridor, and then there's like the canteen corridor. Well, okay, there's the office corridor, and then there's another corridor which had like the girls' toilet like here or something. And anyway, there was a car park just next to the canteen, but there was a corridor they had to go through to get them. So I remember I was kind of running late, so I had my PE, I had to go drop my actual bag and get my PE bag, and I was running down the corridor, and then I remember seeing like 7, year 11 or year 10, maybe year 9 black boys just standing right next to the canteen where I just have to cross to get to the car park. And I remember my heart just started beating so fast, and I'm sure my palms were sweating, because whenever I get really nervous, like my palms, I can't hold anything. I start dropping everything. I start walking funny. And I used to sweat, like have like nose sweat whenever I was really nervous. So I was just looking a hot mess basically. And the boys, I think before I could hide, because normally when I'd see them, my first like the first thing that I would do would be just to hide, just myself from the embarrassment of them laughing at me, you know. But then they already saw me, so I was like, I'm gonna power through this, and plus I'm going swimming, so positive energy, I'm just gonna go. And I remember walking like I stopped running and I started walking, and I took the stairs, and then I heard one of them saying, oh, look, it's your sister. And then they all started shit, I just said his name. Okay, so sorry. Then they said, you know, look, that's your sister. And then they all started laughing, and it wasn't funny. Like, I didn't find it to be funny. And then I remember the guy, BB, opened his mouth and he said, nah, bruv, she's way too bleak. Too bleak to be my sister. And then they all started laughing again. So that was like how it was there. And then when I moved to actually this really resulted to me just being violent and being a bad man in school. Like, I was naughty, I'll talk back to teachers, and I think it's mainly because I wanted to kind of like come off as like, don't mess with me, if you mess with me then you're gonna get hit. But really, like, that really didn't help, because it wasn't until I moved to from Telford to Southend. And actually when I moved to Southend, there was still, oh my gosh, like, guys, by the way, but this thing doesn't end though. Even up until now, when people are texting me and like oh gosh, we're gonna get through this video, the devil is a freaking liar. The devil is a liar. We're gonna get through this video. So anyway, as I was saying, even up until now, where people just kind of see me, and because they've kind of suddenly seen me like posting more on social media, they just assume that, you know, people are not mean to me, or that I'm super confident, which I think I am. And people just assume like people don't talk about my skin anymore, but actually it just gets worse. And it just gets worse as in because I'm putting myself out there. But also as you grow, you kind of see yourself in a different light, because it's some, like, let's say I've been with myself for 20 odd years, so I know myself. I've learned to accept my imperfections, and I've just learned to just roll with it. Like, I'm Cassandra, there's not a duplicate of me, and there never will be, and I'm fearfully and beautifully made. I have to just remind myself sometimes, you know. Sometimes when I get questions about girls saying like, oh, you know, you represent the the plus side millennial girl. That's why I changed my Instagram to plus side millennial queen. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure that you follow me on my Insta, follow me on my Snapchat, follow me on my Twitter at MISSKASSK. What is wrong with me? Anyway, so somebody hit me up and she's like, you know, you represent like a plus size dark-skinned girl who just has so much confidence. Like, how do you get that confidence? And I was just there like, I didn't even know. Like, I was just like, wait, is this girl talking to me? Like, me, Cassandra, like little old me? And it kind of like fulfilled me in a way, because initially I remember telling my partner, you know, one of my main goals is to stop little black girls that are in the same position as me, or just little girls in particular, or boys even, that feel like they're not included just because of maybe they're too big, maybe they're too dark, maybe they're too light, maybe because you know it's not just dark skin that have this problem. Light skins also have this problem. Like it's something that is. And I was actually asking my partner the other day, if we were all blind, yeah, would racism still exist? Like, would it exist? Because I don't know about white people, and if I'm wrong, please just tell me. Like, I don't see any white person telling each other, oh, like, you're way too pale, like you're paley or something. I don't know, like I'm not trying to start nothing. I'm not trying to start nothing, but let me know, because obviously I'm not white, so maybe I wouldn't know. Maybe that also exists in the white community. Please comment down and let me know. But it does, sadly, it does exist in the black community, whereby we scrutinize each other for being too dark or too light. We point individuals out, especially when it comes to their skin. We point each other out when it comes to accents. Big deal. Like, oh, that's a freshie, oh, that's this, that, you know, it's very irrelevant, but that's something that we really lack of in the black society. So I think up until now it still runs, like it still happens to me. I remember I posted one picture, I'm gonna put the picture maybe here or here, whatever. I posted a picture and it was just like me and the sun was like behind me or whatever, and George took the picture, and I posted it on Snap because my body was looking hella cute, okay, hella on point. So I was like, I'm gonna share this, and somebody like, oh, I didn't realize you were this dark. But wait, and then this is the worst part. I didn't realize you were this dark, but still beautiful. Or is it the one that, oh bro, I don't normally go for bleak girls, but you still, like, I don't understand. This guy said still like 4 times, like still alright innit, still alright innit. Like, no, I'm not still alright innit. It doesn't work like that. We're dark skinned, we're light skinned, we're chocolate, we're beautiful. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to like individualize everything, and you don't have to make it so deep, because you don't know how somebody feels about their skin. Like, I feel like, especially with black boys, they say stuff and they don't realize how deep it cuts. They don't realize, like, this is gonna follow this person for a very long time, and it's gonna take God to really intervene, because I feel like confidence starts with God. Everything, like, I feel like everything starts with God. This video is gonna be hella long, but I just, like, I have a lot of points in my head that I want to open up to you guys about, so it's gonna be a long video. And I mean, I will do other videos, but I just have to just get my thoughts, like, down, and I haven't written this down or anything. It's just coming as I speak, you know, how I feel is how I'm saying it. I'm stupid. Okay, I need to get my sick ass out of here, okay? So to conclude this video, what I want to say to you guys is, especially, I'm preaching to black boys, in particular you. I mean, one black boy told me in school that I needed to wash properly, I need to like bath properly, so that my skin would go light skinned or something like that. Like, this guy tormented me. Do you know, I'm gonna do a story time about this particular person. I'm gonna tell you the kind of hell that they tried to put me through, but you failed miserably, baby, because I'm still here and I'm still fly, okay? So anyway, guys, just a little rant about how I feel, how I'm feeling right now, because I think I got a message that really kind of like set me back. Like I went all the way back to school when this whole thing started about being bleak, being too dark. You know, I want to shout out to anybody that started this movement about millennium empowerment. You guys don't know the kind of impacts that you have on people, especially somebody like me who at some point didn't really understand why God made me this dark, this shade. I was like, why? My sisters are like 2-3 shades lighter than me. Like what's going on? Like why do I gotta look like my mama? Like what's going on? And even my mom, I'm like a shade darker than my mom. So it's like the hella stress never ends. Like the dark skinness just never ended. So I didn't understand it. So thanks to people that were posting, people that were encouraging people, you know, that were talking about issues that actually go on, that people pretend as if it doesn't exist. Thanks to them, like those are the people that made me feel like, oh my god, so I'm not the only person that goes through this, and my skin isn't a technical difficulty. Like God didn't make a mistake when he was doing that. He made me in his own image. That's something that really, really empowers me. Like when I think about it and I really start to feel bad about myself, I just have to be like, he made you in his own